Hello, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome back to Nuts and Butts 42.
We're here. We're 42.
42,
The answer to the question. I'm confessing.
I love Hitchhiker's Guide to the Galaxy. Have I mentioned that?
Yeah, this is the perfect episode too. I didn't actually write it down, but I meant to as well. It's like a Douglas Adams book called Hitchhiker's Guide to the Galaxy, and it's fucking great.
It's one of the best books I've ever read.
I've never read it.
I think you would appreciate the sense of humor.
You
Probably
would.
so.
And it's an easy, fast, short read.
It's kind of a thick book though, but it is like gripping.
Gripping.
Yeah,
A gripping tale.
Yes. Yes.
Oh, and they made like a faithful BBC adaptation of the first two books in the 80s. And it's like super low budget, terrible special effects. But it is good.
That brings me to our next point, our next talking point. We took a couple notes before we started podcasting to help there be sort of an intentionality about
That's always a good idea.
the conversation.
It's labeled docket.
Yeah, it's the docket. It's what's on the docket.
Docket.
Time.
Yeah.
And specifically that Catherine has a blanket about it.
Yeah, I have a time blanket. It says past, present, future, and it's got like stars and sun and moon and stuff. And I call it the time blanket.
Yeah. It's pretty sweet.
Yeah. I got it at the Dollar Tree. It's one of my favorite Dollar Tree purchases. But that list is pretty long. I got a tongue cleaner from the Dollar Tree recently, and I've been pretty happy with that.
Oh, wow.
My tongue is super clean, you guys. No biofilm.
Excellent.
Am I supposed to be cleaning my tongue?
You start to think so once you do it.
Oh, fuck. Are you guys hungover after yesterday?
I felt a little sick
I
today.
threw up in your yard again.
He did
You
not.
did?
No, I'm kidding.
I was surprisingly not hungover.
Oh, good.
Oh, good. Me neither, really.
I think
Sorry,
I've
I
gotten in
gave
the
you.
habit of like drinking Gatorade alongside when I'm drinking beer. I think that helps.
It just might.
You gotta hydrate. You gotta replenish your electrolytes.
The Electrolyte Orchestra.
If you were in a band, what other band would you like to imitate?
Will and I want to imitate the Flaming Lips, I think.
Yeah, I want to be in a Flaming Lips type band. I guess that's why
Oh,
I asked
shit.
the question.
If you, like 10 years ago, that was like my greatest wish of all, was to be a Flaming Lips type.
Lyrics about
They were my favorite band
fantasies.
pretty much up until, did
And
you guys
realities.
hear their cover album of Sgt. Pepper's Lonely Hearts Club Band?
No.
It was
No.
just really bad and sloppy. they kind of fell from grace in my eyes after that. Also, just Wayne Coyne had some controversies occur. That
Yeah,
made me feel
he
like
got
I
real
should
weird.
idolize him as a
But he's
person.
always weird.
What controversies?
Well,
I wonder.
the first one was that he did a song with Erykah Badu, and they produced a video, which involved like sex and nudity, and there was a body double, and it was edited to seem like it was Erykah Badu nude.
Uh-oh.
And then Wayne Coyne leaked the video without her permission, and she condemned it.
Oh.
I see.
And so he re-recorded the song with Amanda Palmer and remade the video, and she did the nudity, which seemed like a weird way to address the situation.
Yeah. Just find another naked broad.
Yeah.
And he generally uses like naked women as like ornaments to his visuals.
Yeah.
And to find out that one of them was like less than totally consenting, it kind of colored the whole thing.
One of them.
Well, dang.
And then the other thing, which was probably kind of the final straw for me, was the former drummer Cliff Skurlock.
Yeah, that whole thing was bad.
Yeah. So he criticized the Oklahoma governor's daughter for wearing a Native American headdress, despite being a white person. And the Flaming Lips have a lot of Oklahoma pride, and they have like ties to the governor, I guess. So Wayne Coyne fired him over that, and then started posting a bunch of selfies of him with various white people wearing Native American headdresses.
Yep.
Wow. Makes a statement.
And it just kind of, it was insensitive, it was ignorant, reactionary, and then in the aftermath of that, stories started coming out about like just Wayne Coyne being a diva and an asshole. So the
You'd
bloom
have
was
to
off
be
the
by
rose
this point.
for me. There.
When your whole shtick is
From
being
then
a
on.
god figure to a bunch of trippers, I think you can kind of turn into an asshole.
Yeah, I bet it would go to your head. You know?
But even after all that, I still went to see them again in 2019, and they still put on an amazing show. And they're great.
Yeah. And Steven is still alive.
Yeah.
Yeah. He's like the real musical genius
Yeah,
of the
definitely.
group.
No doubt about it. It's not Wayne Coyne.
But yeah, when that album, The Terror, came out, it was like my whole personality.
I was kind of not into them at that point.
Yeah, actually, a lot of people were. Like, I remember that was the height of my enthusiasm, and I would always be trying to talk to people about them, and they'd be like, "Oh, I like their earlier work."
Yeah, that's what
I never listened
like.
to much of their later stuff.
Everybody says their last album, American Head, is like great. I found it
It's
a bit boring.
okay. Yeah, I thought it wasn't like super exciting. I really did like that thing they did with Kesha though, and like all those other artists. I think Miley maybe.
Yeah.
But that 2012 thing, it's about like the end of the world and stuff.
Yeah, Yeah, and oh my god, in that era, they had, like in 2011, they put out an EP for every month of the year,
Oh wow.
and several of them were collaborative. And so, like, a lot of those tracks ended up on that album, the Hetty Twins album.
Yeah, Hetty Twins.
But a lot of them were only available on these, like, rare releases. I torrented them all, but
My brother has some of those that like come in random packaging of like
yeah, like
jelly
their
fetuses and,
Gummy Skull, yeah.
and pills and stuff. Yeah.
Did y'all ever hear Zyreka?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
That one of those like 4 different CDs.
4 CDs that are meant to all be played at the same time.
Yeah.
So you have to have friends to listen to it.
Yeah. Or a bunch of CD players.
Yeah.
Or, like I did, just download the version on the Pirate Bay that has all 4 mixed together.
What's on the docket?
The docket? Well, we have space and time. We got the fabric of space and time.
Yeah, right here.
And there's a rift in it. And that's us. That's all of us. That's consciousness causes this rift in space and time.
Could we take a break, maybe?
Yes.
It's like you're talking.
And we're back with
We
nuts
are
and
back.
butts.
My light is yellow. It's green now, but I don't hear me. I like to hear me. There I am.
There we are. Everywhere you go, there you are.
Yeah.
Wherever you
Will
go.
and I went on a walk today, and we saw a bunch of deer everywhere, and they were like, we were surprising each other, us and the deer.
Yeah.
Yeah, that neighborhood's got a prodigious amount of deer.
Yeah, they're
It
like,
does.
nobody's hunting us. Let's chill.
Yeah. Perhaps
It's kind of like that here, too.
maybe it's overpopulated.
Yeah,
Who am I to
and,
say
you know,
how
like
many deer
before
we need?
the settlers came,
Yeah,
the colonizers,
yeah, and the urban sprawl.
there weren't as many deer.
Yeah.
They're just adapted to.
They're very dear to me.
They're near and dear to my heart.
I don't want to hit a deer, especially.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
They're dear to me.
Yeah, they're really cute. I wish I had the heart to kill them. But
Really?
I can't kill. I cannot kill.
You want to kill them? You want to kill them?
Yeah. Well, they're bad, you know?
No. I
They're
think that's a
pests.
speciesist thing to say.
Speciesist.
I think that's speciesist.
I guess so, but it's for the protection of other species, though.
Yeah, but that sounds like you're getting too involved.
Well, really what I would like to happen is that we restore vast forest lands, and then that allows, like, forest lands enough for large predators
Yeah.
to exist, and just let those red wolves and shit pick off the deer naturally and humanely.
Nature is something that has always been and always will be? Question mark? We gotta keep it natural, bro.
Yeah.
It's all natural.
Well, and isn't there an argument to be made that, like, nature, it's like a false dichotomy?
Everything is nature.
Yeah.
Jinx. Jinx.
But for work tomorrow, I'm like doing some training, going to the botanical garden to like learn about native plants and stuff.
Whoa.
Ooh.
Getting paid to do it.
Getting paid to learn. Sounds cool.
Yeah.
Oh, we could talk about
My first semester at community college, the government paid for it.
That's awesome.
And then when I got the FAFSA, they paid the tuition and then they just sent me a check.
Oh, wow.
But then last semester when I dropped all my classes, they were like, we want the check back.
Oh, man.
And I just haven't replied.
Oh, my gosh. I'm gonna come get you.
I guess so. They're gonna repossess my brain.
Yeah.
I'm sorry I feel the need to play sound effects so many times, you know?
I like them.
Everything I do, I feel like self-loathing right afterwards.
No.
Not everything, but just like on this podcast.
It's fun when you make sound effects. They're part of the podcast.
Yeah.
Have you guys heard Eric Andre's podcast, Bombing?
No.
I have not.
Well, they only made a few episodes, but it's like he interviews people about bombing on stage. But there's heavy use of post-production sound effects. So it's not like Will doing it live,
Yeah.
but it is similarly cacophonous. Actually, much more cacophonous at times.
Oh, wow. Is it like his show at all?
No,
His talk
It's
show?
like him
it's an interview show.
being real.
It's not like, and it's audio only.
Oh. The Eric Andre show is one of my favorites things.
Hey, that's wait, was that an Adult Swim show?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Adult Swim was on the docket.
Adult Swim shows.
Yeah, I feel a sense of like pride over Adult Swim because it's like it's from the South, like we are.
Yeah, dude. That's fucking awesome.
Hell yeah.
But
A bunch of good
there's a
old
lot of
boys.
media
Yeah,
that's
it's all
made
a
in
bunch of
Atlanta,
good
and
old
I don't know
boys
why I
down at
feel
Adult
pride
Swim.
over Adult
They just
Swim,
like
but
making
not-
dirty cartoons.
not the
and
other.
It's pretty funny.
Hell yeah.
Dirty cartoons.
Dirty cartoons.
But Adult Swim is where Will learned about Jay Dilla.
Yeah, it
Yeah, me
actually,
too.
like, yeah. It,
Flying Lotus.
yes. Some of my biggest, like, early influences. And when I started making beats. It started
Yeah, I would.
making beats.
For me, Adult Swim and the Space
An
Ghost
inspiring place.
show that preceded it are like probably the single biggest aesthetic influence on my sensibility, like ever.
That's awesome.
I can see it
That is awesome.
and I can hear it.
Space Ghost. Coast to coast. I remember that we were stunned to learn that was the inspiration for the Eric Andre show, pretty much.
Which makes sense. They're both interview shows where the questions and answers are like edited to make them sound funnier.
Cool. But I learned about
And
Jay
on
Dilla.
the what?
I learned about Jay Dilla from Mac Miller, and we were
Ah.
talking about the web of influences.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like like my influence was influenced by Will's influence.
Like kind of a woo, kind of quantum entanglement kind of a vibe
Yeah.
of influence, like a web of influence that runs
What
through
tangled
everything.
webs we weave.
That's what Will said.
Yeah, that's what I said. But in regards to like inspiration,
He was like, yeah, of inspiration.
of inspiration.
You're not so different, you and I.
Yeah.
That phrase is funny. Because shouldn't it be you and me?
No, I don't know.
Are
I'm no
you
grammatician.
and I are different. That's what it should be.
Yeah, I guess you're right. We're not
You
so different.
and I
You and
are
I.
different.
Yeah. If we are always treated different, you and me. Would
Oh, my
be,
headset died. I gotta switch to the regular
If it was
receiver. Do I sound different now?
like, not really.
No.
Oh, good.
But if
I
it was
shouldn't have said
like,
anything.
they treat us different, you and me, I think that would be correct. But
Oh, I see. I love that you know that.
I really took to grammar rules in school. It was the only thing
I
that
feel
wasn't
like-
completely fucking
Oh, sorry.
crazy in my Christian school. But it was still crazy. They had like political opinions that we had to write as example sentences and stuff.
Oh my god.
But what were you gonna say?
Oh, just that I too enjoyed grammar and spelling, and it feels like not enough people
Spelling
have
pissed me
enough
off a little
enthusiasm for those things.
because spelling was challenging. It was like the subject that I had to practice at, and I didn't like writing my spelling words. But I did. I do still remember like the way I learned to spell certain words, like miscellaneous.
Oh shit.
I like am transported back to whatever grade that was, 5th grade maybe, with some miscellaneous.
When I started getting labeled as academically gifted, they started letting me do my own spelling tests, letting me find my own words for them.
Ooh.
And I started getting words from Calvin and Hobbes for the tests.
Nice.
One of them was like an acetylene torch.
Nice.
What is that?
It's like a blowtorch.
Oh.
I
Can you spell it now?
Yeah, I don't think so. It would take me a second. AC. No. I'm not gonna
Isn't
try
it
that.
ACETYL?
Whenever anyone boxes me into anything, like any sort of thing, like just don't box me in. You know, don't fence me in, man. ACETY.
Didn't mean to box you, put you in the box of
Not
people
you.
who know how to spell that word.
I'm not accusing you of putting me in a box. I'm just saying, you know,
I'm just joking.
me too.
We're a
I'm
couple
Josh and
of, we're,
Jim.
I'm Josh Groban, and you're Josh.
Josh
Who's another famous Josh?
Eisenstein.
Hartnett.
Josh
Yeah.
Lucas from Glory Road.
That can be you. We're all Josh in here.
Yeah.
That was one of the answers on this movie trivia game I was playing today.
You played a movie trivia game today?
Movie trivia?
Yeah, there's a couple that I play every day now. And they make me feel very nerdy. And I'm kind of obsessed with them. Actoral is one of them. It's like Wordle, but for actors.
Oh.
Oh.
And so it gives you a list of movies and release dates, but the titles of the movies are X'd out, so you can see how many letters and punctuation and stuff, and what year they come out. And then you're supposed to guess which actor is in all of those movies.
Right.
So first you have to figure out the movies and then the actor. And then, so if you guess an actor that's in some of the movies but not all of them, it'll reveal those titles. You can narrow it down, and then it tells you if the actor is older or younger.
That's
and
fun.
so you narrow down the age.
That sounds cool.
It's fun. I cheat on it sometimes though, because it doesn't matter. It's not like a real prize.
Well, if there ever is a prize, they're gonna have this record of you saying you cheat,
Yeah.
so you're out anyway.
But I often get it in one. You get 8 guesses.
Oh, yeah.
And then the other game, which is actually a game inspired by my favorite podcast that I was telling y'all about off mic, Blank Check. This game is called Box Office Game. And so every day gives you a date. And you have to guess the 5 top grossing movies from that date.
I've seen you playing this.
And the first hint it gives you is just how much money it made that week and what studio distributed it. And then you can ask for additional hints, and you lose bonus points every time you get a hint. So the fewer hints you take, the more points you get.
Oh.
And I never cheat on that one. I feel like pride in not cheating
Oh,
on that one.
good.
But also, if it's from the 80s for that day, I just skip it because I can't do the 80s ones.
Damn, man, the 80s was a cool decade.
But I just don't know, like, the box office from the 80s.
Like, you only hear about the 80s in, like, you know, books and movies and TV and shit.
Because we weren't there.
We weren't fucking there.
But the hints you can get are, like, the director, the stars, and the tagline. And then you can sacrifice all of the points, and it gives you the synopsis. And so you can just get it so that you still win, but you don't get any points for it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Cool.
I've seen you play that game.
What?
I've seen you play that game.
It makes me feel very nerdy that I can figure them out.
That's cool, though. What's last on the docket?
Our Waffleversary.
Oh, that's coming up.
Oh,
Wilson's
congratulations.
getting hipper.
That is true. Wilson. Remember, Owen, when we were in downtown Wilson and there was like a bar, maybe, that I don't know if it was open, but we went to the Whirligig Park.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We went to the bottle shop, right, and they had a big mural.
Oh, yeah. Yeah. That was not even downtown. We had to go across town. But now, downtown's popping off. There's a boba tea store and a bunch of bars and like coffee shops and shit. A bunch of hot dog places.
Cool. Do they have veggie dogs?
I bet they would. I don't know.
I'm in a veggie dog era.
I love veggie dogs.
Yeah. I haven't
I used
had
to
one.
not like
Ever.
them.
Never had.
But then I discovered relish.
Yeah, I like how they taste like hot dog toppings. But
When
yeah,
I was just
Wilson.
eating like a tofu dog with just ketchup on it, I didn't really like that.
Yeah,
But
no.
with onions and relish and everything,
Yeah. A proper dog.
yeah.
I had a grilled hot dog recently that was pretty good.
Oh yeah?
Yeah.
What'd you put on it?
I didn't,
You're not really a toppings guy.
Sometimes I am.
Or a sauce
He
guy.
likes it raw and wriggling.
You guys are boxing me in right now.
Oh, I'm sorry. I just want to understand you.
He's a picky eater.
Will, how'd you eat your hot dog?
I just took it out of the bun.
Oh, that's in no way reflective of any major thing about you.
Yeah. Sometimes
When I was a
there's
child, my favorite part was the bun, and I would have probably rather just
Ew.
eaten a bun with ketchup on it.
Ew.
Oh, but that brings me the arbitrariness of the last thing I was saying. brings me to this thing about Ferdinand de Saussure, who talked about like the meanings of words and shit and linguistics, and he was saying that all words, like, they mean something. So it's like the word itself signifies something, and there's like an arbitrary gap between what the word means.
And what it's signifying. Wait, what it's signifying
It's
and
like
the signal?
the sign and the signifier,
Sign. Signifier. Yeah.
maybe.
It's like the word is not. What's in a name?
But it's like,
A rose by any other name would smell as sweet.
yeah, what's up with that, you know? That's all I wanted to say, man.
That's cool, man. What a cool way to end the cast.
Yeah, that brings us to
It's
the
a thinker.
end. It is. It's like
The
a
thinker,
riddle.
The Rodin sculpture.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Knights in Rodanthe.
So think
that house was damaged in
your
the hurricane
thoughts.
recently.
I need to watch Nights in Rodanthe. It's directed by a black man.
Oh.
Part of my quest.
Well, put it on the docket.
It's on the
Yeah.
docket. But
Okay,
we'll see you
guys.
next week,
Thanks for
guys.
tuning in.
Thanks for tuning in.
Fortunio.